Yo, how y'all doing today? Man, today I want to talk to you guys about something that the Lord has been dealing with me about. Hopefully it's able to touch some of you guys with this message. So I'm just gonna get started. Let's go ahead and start with some prayer. Lord God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you, we honor you, we praise you, God. Let this word, this message be to the glory of you. Hopefully it touch somebody. If it can help at least one person, God, then I feel like my job has been done. Um, Keep us in this message, God. Just make sure, God, that I'm delivering it the right way, that I'll be able to reach somebody. In Jesus' name, amen. So the topic that we got for today is consciousness. Consciousness, the definition of consciousness is to be painfully aware of things that are around you. That's not like the Webster's Dictionary version, but I kind of made a summary of it. But um, that's really just something that God has been dealing with me about, is being conscious in the things that I do, the things that I say, the things that I take in. Like, being conscious is such a how can I say? It's just a word that can really describe so many situations. Like when it comes down to, well, I'm gonna just tell y'all what he's been dealing with me about. So, um, being conscious in every area. So, like me, basically, he's been working with me on my health, my eating habits. Like, sometimes I eat. Well, I used to. Sometimes I used to eat two Big Macs and like fries and a shake. I need a shake. I always need something sweet at the end of the night. So, like, that's really something that God has been dealing with me about, is really just being conscious about every single thing that I'm taking in, not only to every gate, all your mouth, your ears, your eyes, your mind, the things you touch, it's all a gate. Like, these are all things that the enemy can use to go against you when you get on to another level, or you get to the next level of your calling in life. These are all things that the enemy can use to distract or even throw you off of what God has you to do. So he's been working with me on my eating habits. Like, I've cut certain things out. I've cut back on certain things. Like, I don't eat sweets every day. Like, that was my biggest thing. I'm like a whole cupcake guy. And I really had to cut it out. Like, man, I'm like a once every other day now type guy. So it's not like a complete cutout, but just making progress as far as things like with your health, man, is so important to be looking at, to be conscious of your health. He's been showing me like the certain things that I listen to and the certain things that I watch. Um, some of the things that I listened to was not like I was never like a really. I mean, I like rap, but not really like new school. I'm sorry, it's a little hot up in here, but I'm not really like a big rap guy. Like, I had certain favorites that I had. Dolph, Young Dolph was one of my favorite rappers, but of course he passed away. So I mean, I would listen to his music sometimes, but God really started dealing with me about the stuff that I'm listening to, like, and it really was starting to affect some of the thoughts that I was having. As long as I'm a big, so I said I don't really like rap like that. I was a big R&B head. Like, it don't matter what type of R&B I like. I'm pretty much like a smooth guy, kind of go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? I can step out and do certain things, but as I said in the last video, like, I'm more of a like an introvert, extrovert. I can do, but I just like to be smooth. I like a nice vibe. I like a nice melody. Just some smooth, some soft on the ears, like. Um, so he was dealing with me about like certain things that I listened to and some of the behaviors that I had, like lust of the eye, looking at certain women in certain type of ways. And I'm a man at the end of the day. I know, I'm never gonna be perfect, but I am striving towards that in Christ. So just some of the things I used to listen to, some of the subject matter that they were talking to, and it was directly correlating with the way that I was looking at women, sort of kind of objectifying them. I'm listening to Trey Songs and some Jacquees was one of my main ones. Chris Brown, just all these people who is saying and singing certain things that I really don't need to be listening to as a child of God. Like, so this is another thing that God has been working with me on. Like, just man, just trying to purify myself. Like, when I say purify myself, I mean from the top to the bottom. And if you have the Spirit of God, you know that He starts to chip away and work on you piece by piece. And these are just some of the things that He has been working with me on. So definitely the R&B, man. When I tell y'all R&B, I could listen to R&B 24/7, especially old school. We talking Jodeci, Isley Brothers, like, man. So just all day when I'm working out, just every day, 8 hours, 10 hours a day, I would be listening to R&B. And I just started to notice that certain things in my life, I was just viewing certain things a different way, the way that I really didn't want to be viewing them. So that's something that God was working with me about. And another thing that God was working with me on is stuff that I'm watching. I'm just like everybody else. I like BMF. I like The Shy. I like all the stuff, 50 Cent stuff, all this new stuff that's coming out. Like, man, and just I would notice that like some of my dreams, some of the ways that I would be looking at things, and some of the thoughts that I would be having would be violent. Like certain things, like, man, I ought to do this, or somebody, you know what I'm saying? I always want my first reaction to be something like of Christ, something that I feel like God would, you know what I'm saying, want me to say or want me to react to. You know, like you really can tell a lot about somebody how they react to certain things, like certain digs or certain this or that. You know what I'm saying? You really can kind of tell where somebody's mindset, where they head at, if they really functioning in the fruits of the spirit, you know, kindness, all that good stuff. Like, you got to be kind. You got to be walking in the light that God has for you. So he really was dealing with me on that. And some of the things that I was watching, one big one was I done seen all the seasons of Squid Games. And if y'all done know what I'm talking about, every episode, somebody getting stabbed in the neck, somebody shot in the back of the head, they bleeding out, this and that. It's snakes, it's backbiting, it's this and that. And this, man, it's like, and as a child of God, God was really having to deal with me on like, and I'm just saying this because this is stuff that I'm still dealing with. So I'm just hoping that somebody will be able to identify with me, or that, you know what I'm saying, maybe you going through the same thing. Maybe we can touch and agree on these things, because this is something like, this is not me saying anything to anybody who does watch this. But as far as me, this is something that I'm dealing with. It's something that is affecting me in my everyday life, and how I'm moving and how I'm talking to people and how I'm having certain conversations and the way that I think. So it's like, God really just have to work on me, and like it's a process. Like, I'm noticing that it's a process. I really don't want to get these up. My flesh is clinging so hard to that R&B right now. It's clinging so hard to these shows, to this stuff that I've been watching all my life, um, to this stuff that I have been eating. 31 years, going on 32 years, I have been eating these same things. I have been listening to these things. I have been watching these types of things. So it's like, it's really a process. And I know God can wipe it out with one day, but I think He wants me to be the person to decide that I'm done with thinking this way. I'm done with moving this way. Uh, I'm done with overeating. I'm done with gluttony. I'm done with the uh, the shows that I'm watching. I'm done with objectifying women and looking at them a certain type of way. I've been listening to this stuff all day, and when I see a woman, it's like, you know, I know I'm not the only one who's dealing with this type of stuff. I'm done with just moving in a certain way. Like, I really want to move in light. I really want to move in light. And with the things that I've been dealing with, as far as trials and tribulations, he's really been giving me tests. He has really been testing me. I'm talking about every single place that I go. I got something or either somebody trying to try my patience, somebody trying to get under my skin, or it's a woman, it's a lady who is trying to get at me in a certain type of way. Like, I mean, I appreciate a female who is aggressive, who knows what they want and understands that and type of stuff. But sometimes you can kind of see through it. Like, man, this is too easy. It's too easy. Like, why are you so dead set on talking to me? Why do you want me to be the person who you? And it all be like tricks from the enemy. He's really trying to throw you off. Like I said in the last video, that's one of the main things that he uses to throw off children of God is sexual desires. As a man, if you can't control your sexual desires, then like, what are you doing, bro? I know it's probably so easy for them with other people, but I ain't one of them. I am not one of them people. Like, I'm able to control myself. Of course, and this is what God is working with me on. Is like I might look, you know what I'm saying, but even that, like I was reading in the Bible where it says, if you look at a woman a certain way, if you look at a woman a certain way with lust in your heart and in your eyes, you might as well have did the deed. You might as well go with your move at that point because you had already looked at that woman, and in your mind, they say what happens in your mind is gonna you know what I mean, what you think in your mind comes out. Basically, what you think in your mind, that's something that might as well have happened in real life. Like, that's how powerful your mind is. That's how powerful your mind is. Everything that you think, the positivity, the negativity, everything that you think about yourself, everything that comes out of your mouth that you say is so powerful. Like, we really got the cheat code. Like, if we were able to understand how to use our mind, and this is all stuff, like I said, that God is working with me about, is how I view myself, how I talk about myself, the way that I carry myself, the way that I move. I'm not moving like the person who I was. I'm moving like the person that I want to be. That's one of the reasons why I start this channel. If I want to have an impact, if I want to have a voice, these are the certain type of ways that I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to move like I have a voice. I'm gonna have to move like I have an impact. So this is I'm sorry, I'll be going off on tangents, but these are just things that God has been working with me on. Like, I feel like us as a black community, like, not even as a black community, as people as a whole, like, not even just black people, like, we gotta focus on greater things. And like I said, this is not condemning anybody. This is stuff that God has been working with me on also. It's not all just about material things. It's not about how much money you got in your bank account. It's not about the car that you drive. It's not about the woman that's on your arm. It's not about the Jordans. It's not about this. Like, and don't get me wrong, I feel like all these things have their places. Me, myself, I have Jordans. I like shoes. I like to look a certain type of way when I'm going out. Like, I like to, I like my earrings, whatever. But all of these things have a place. We got to be conscious of what we putting out. Like, are you putting more energy into how you look than who you are on the inside? This is all comes back to consciousness. Who are you as a person matters more than how you present yourself on the outside. Material things, like, I give the same respect to a person who I see walking or that's homeless as I do to a millionaire. I don't got no respect of person. I love God. He's the only person who I have any fear of. It don't matter if you Victor Wembanyama, 7'6", or you uh what's his name? I don't know, a 5'2" person. Like, I don't care. Who are you as a person? What type of fruits are you wielding? How do you dress people? How do you talk to waiters? How do you talk to people who don't benefit you? How do you talk to that? How do you treat that poor person on the corner? And even along with that, how do you treat yourself? How do you treat yourself? What type of words do you speak about yourself? All of these things is so powerful. Like, I feel like in this relationship with God, He's really has been working on me and leading me and guiding me towards purifying myself. I'm sorry, it's like firecrackers in the background. Happy Fourth to everybody. But He's really been leading me towards purity, working towards being the man that I need to be. Like, if He's going to have His hand on every part of my life, if He's going to be leading me and guiding me in the way that I need to go, then I have to be the type of person who He can do that with. Like, and I feel like that's the reason why He's working with me on certain areas of my life, like consciousness, which is the main thing that I feel like He's working with me on right now. Like, okay, you can eat that, but okay, you can eat a Whopper, or are you gonna have two Whoppers and a large fry and a shake like you used to? Like, you can maybe watch this, but are you gonna watch 10 episodes back to back to where your mind is just all into it, and now you can't even think of nothing else? You can't even go to sleep because you so hyped off these episodes that you just watched. Excuse me. you can uh you can listen to this, but are you gonna listen to 10 hours of R&B? Like, everything has its place and its time, and He's like really dealing with me on finding that middle point to where I can move and be conscious in every single area of my life. Like, it's so important. Like, being conscious in my finances, what I'm spending, like impulsivity, going off impulse. Like, me personally, I was somebody who would work off of impulse sometimes. Okay, the Retro 3s just came out. Y'all don't know how bad I want these Retro 3s. The all white ones that just came out. I can't remember what the name of them was. I bought my son a pair of them. I can't remember. What was them called? I don't know. Literally, they just came out yesterday. But I wanted these shoes so bad. But it's like, man, what am I? Why though? So I can look a certain type of way. And I ended up not buying them, even though I got the money to buy them. I could buy them a couple times. What Jay-Z say, if you can't buy it three times, then you don't need to be buying them. I could do that. But it's like, bro, I don't need it. I'm trying to be conscious in my spending, in my, like, I want to have something to give my kids. I want generational wealth. I want to be able to send my son. Like I said, I got my son the shoes. I'm more worried about how he looking, about what school he in, about his school supplies. They going back to school soon. Like, you got to be conscious in every single area of your life, from the top to the bottom. Like, and it all goes with saying, like, man, the enemy is using so many things to infiltrate children of God, and like, it makes his job easier when we are allowing certain things into our just into our bubble. Life is purely spiritual. Like, when you start looking at life as something that is purely spiritual, like, this is a spiritual warfare. Like, we are not fighting against somebody who's going to come and stab you. We fighting against something that's gonna try to infiltrate your mind, something that's gonna try to change your heart, that's gonna try to corrupt you from the inside. Like, it's gonna try to turn you evil. It's gonna try to make you bitter. It's gonna try to make you mean. It's gonna try to make you toxic. Like, we not fighting against the same thing. I feel like back in the days they was fighting. They had certain things like this. Like, they was dealing with certain things like this in the Bible, but they was fighting real wars like every day. They was going and conquering here. Moses had to go and do this and go that, and they had to fight so many people and this and that before they got to the land of promise that they had. And it's the same thing with us, except for we gotta fight against so many other things. It's like doctrines, evilness, people trying to introduce certain things into your life, uh, magic, spells, trying to change your mind, try to change the way that you move, to change. Like, I feel like the thing that they really want to do is to corrupt your heart. They don't want you to move and walk in the same way that you used to. They don't want you to have that light. They don't want you to be the same person. They don't want you to be able to reach souls. Like, the light that God gives us, the knowledge that God gives us, the wisdom that God gives us, is all meant to reach other souls, other people. We're meant to have an impact. And that's really why he gives it to us, like, is in order to reach other people. So I just said all that to say, like, man, we got to be conscious. We got to view ourselves the way that God views us. We got to be pure of mind and heart, spirit, body, everything. Like, and like I said, that's something that God is working on me on, with purifying myself from the top to the bottom. Like, how I look at things, how I approach things. Like, even in my relationships, like, at this point, I'm looking for a wife. I don't need no girlfriend. I don't need, God done told me certain things, and that's where I'm at with it. Like, I'm not looking for nothing. I'm more so looking on bettering myself to the point that I'm able to be the type of person, the type of husband that I would be needed to be in a God-fearing relationship. Like, all these things, I said this in the last video too, like, we ask God for so many things, for wealth and this and that. Like, I've been praying for a wife. Are we able to be the person that's needed in a God-fearing relationship? Or am I able to lead? Am I able to obtain generational wealth? Am I able to take care of the bills of me, my wife, my kids? You really got to ask yourself these things when you are making certain prayers. Like, am I able to be the man? And if you're not, then you need to get on your knees and you need to start praying for God to show you. And that's why I feel like God is in the purification process with me. He's turning me into the person that I need to be to get to this next level. Okay, I'm asking for this. I'm asking for that. Okay, he like, okay, we're going to see if you really about that life. We're going to see if you're going to purify. If you're going to watch, what you watching, if you're going to watch what you listening to, if you're going to have consciousness in every area of your life, because that's what's needed. Like, especially with women, you got to be conscious to their feelings, how they feel on certain things, how they want to move. Like, am I ready to be worried about somebody's feelings besides mine? Or am I still moving selfishly? We got to ask ourselves these questions, guys. Like, it's a lot. And, like, to be honest, I knew I had the spirit of God, and I was getting so nonchalant and smug about certain things. Like, I really thought I had it all figured out, guys. I really thought I had it all figured out. Like, okay, I got the spirit. Nah, I know what God want me to do. This and that. I know what God has for me in certain areas, what blessings he has as far as this and as far as that. And I was just waiting, like, God, I'm who I need to be. Not even thinking in my mind that we ain't never perfect. We ain't never done until the day that we die. We're going to be trying to grow and live and do better. Till the day that we die. So I had to really look at myself like, and then God just started giving me, it was certain times that he would just give me a whole laundry list of stuff that I need to do. Like I was saying, some of the things that I mentioned in this video, impulsivity, uh, lust of the eye, gluttony. These is all things that we would, especially gluttony. That's one of the main things that people just kind of gloss over. Like, oh, we big backing, we doing this, nah. That is an excuse for gluttony. Did you need to eat them 20 wings in one setting? No. Did I need the chocolate chips with the chocolate chip cookies with the you know what I'm saying? Like, these is all things that we are not even looking at as serious topics, but these are things that God is like, yo, I ain't cool with that. I ain't cool with gluttony. He ain't cool with the lust of the eye. These has all been things that God has been working on with me about, you know? I feel like God is getting serious with us. I don't know if y'all understand, if y'all see the things that's going on with this world. Like, we got to be conscious with our environment too. Global warming, the government, AI. Like, do y'all understand what the devil is really introducing his plan and putting it right in front of our face? And like in the last episode, we was talking about black magic. They put this all in these films. Where do you think all this stuff comes from? They ain't just pulling it out the side of their neck. This is real life stuff that people are using to either get ahead, to keep the doors of their company open, to keep the money coming in. They bewitching people finances. We got to be conscious. As children of God, we have to be conscious. And I promise this AI is going to introduce the mark of the beast. Do y'all understand this? Like, what happens when the government, Satan, scammers, uh, people start using AI to act like they certain people on phone calls, to impersonate people on phone calls, to impersonate people on FaceTimes, to impersonate people when they face scan technology, when they trying to get in your phone or get into your whatever. What happened when these people start using AI to get into these areas to scam people and do this? Guess what? It's going to introduce civil unrest. People going to be going crazy. They ain't going to understand what's going on. Actually, they is going to understand what's going on. And guess what? The government or whoever is going to come with the mark of the beast. Okay, we're going to do this now. Everybody going to have a specific chip in their arm. So all you got to do is scan this and you can pay for this. All you got to do is scan this and you can send money. All you got to do is scan this and you can. This is how it's going to be introduced, guys. You think they just introducing AI for no reason? The world is going to come to an end. Consciousness. Understanding, like, where are you going in your life? Like, at this point, yo, I don't care about the money. I don't care about everything that you need will be added unto you. That's in the Bible. Everything that God has for you will be added unto you as long as you keep going with your good works and you do not faint. Do not faint. I'm not even worried about none of that. I'm worried about the type of person I am. Worried about the type of impact that I'm leaving on my kids, on my wife, on my son, on people around me. Like, what type of person am I being? I'm being conscious of who I am to people. What type of light? And along with being conscious, I'm sorry, I'll be going off sometimes, but along with being conscious is the people that you got around you, just like what you watch, what you listen to, the people around you. What type of spirit are they putting upon you? Who are they in your life? What type of addition or what are they adding to your life? Or what are they subtracting? Because if you're not adding nothing, then you definitely subtracting something. People just want to be around you and get your time and your energy. They really energy vampires for real. People is energy vampires. They want to, and they'll come. It's so crazy because people will act a certain type of way because they know that that's the way that you want them to act in that situation. They'll act that way and don't even really feel that way. They just need to lead you on so that you keep giving them your energy, so you keep giving them your time because they know that you are a pure person, that you pure at heart, that you got the right intentions for them, and that you ain't trying to get nothing out of them. You're not trying to lead them down the wrong path. That is rare. Children of God, we are rare. People like us are rare. People with good intentions are rare. People who don't want to take advantage of you are rare. What are you giving your time to? Who are you giving your time to? That's another thing that God was dealing with me about. I used to wait. I gotta wake up early for work in the morning. Extra super dumb early. And I used to wait until 9 o'clock, around 9 o'clock, to try to read my Bible, pray, and go to bed. And what God started dealing with me about was, you want to put me on the back burner. Why don't you not turn that TV on till after 9? Why don't you not turn that game on? I never really played a game. I got the game for my son. But why don't you go hang out after 9? And I promise you, man, I be done waited till 9 to start reading my Bible, and I be knocked out by 9:20, 9:30. What are you prioritizing? Are you being conscious about giving God time? These are questions that we got to ask ourselves. Are you being conscious about giving God time? What in your life is taking precedent over the things that God has for you to do? Me, myself, I try to go to the gym every day after work. I got homework to do too. So instead of prioritizing homework, instead of prioritizing God after I get done with homework in the gym, I want to turn the TV on for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and watch this devil tube. that ain't leading, ain't adding nothing to my life. When I know that I should be reading my word, I know I should be praying, I know that I should be trying to get closer to God every single day. God had to let me know that I'm not putting a priority on being with Him. I'm not prioritizing God. Does that TV show mean more than your relationship with God? No. Do the homework, do the gym mean more than my relationship with God? No. Do my relationship with anybody, with the music, with people, friends, family, whatever, mean more than my relationship with God? No. My son? No. And like I said, this is all stuff that I'm dealing with actively. Hopefully it's able to help somebody else. But there's something that God has been really dealing with me about. Consciousness. Being conscious in every single area of your life. What are you prioritizing? Who are you prioritizing? Certain things I put above certain things now. And it's God above everything and everybody. That be my kids. That be my future wife. That be my gym. My money. Jordans. How I look. I'm paying my tithes before I get them J's. For real, I'm paying my tithes before I get them fireworks. I'm paying my tithes before I get them Christmas presents. Priorities, consciousness about what are you deciding to spend your time doing? What are you letting into your gates, your ear gates, your eye gates, your mind? What are you letting in? What are you putting out? What type of person are you being? These questions you got to ask yourself. These questions I've been asking myself every single day. God is working on me. He's purifying me. And I know He's doing the same with y'all. That's why we can connect. That's why y'all can understand what I'm saying. Like, we being a rare breed, we supposed to be doing something. We supposed to always be self-improving. As a child of God, if you not improving, you staying stagnant, just like the parable of the talents. I can't remember how many God gave. The master gave this one this many. The master gave this one 3. The master gave this one 5. The one person he was really mad at was the one he gave. I think it was the one he gave the 3 talents to, and he just took them and buried them. All these skills that God then gave you. All these gifts that God then gave you. And you just sitting back. You got them buried in the ground. You not using them. You hear me? Do y'all hear me? Do y'all understand? And this stuff that, like I said, this stuff that God is working on me on, it's been 3 weeks since I did my last video. I've been focusing on other things. God had to let me know, yo, like, I'm not using my gifts. I'm not being the person that God needs me to be. I'm not moving as God needs me to be. I said a prayer. I said a prayer a couple weeks ago. Actually, not even a couple weeks ago. Probably like a month and a half ago. I said, God, remove anybody from my life who has ulterior motives or who is not out for my good. And slowly but surely, God started exposing people from the left to the right, over here, over there. This person, this friend, this family member, this over here at work. Everybody got exposed. These is people that I was putting my time and my energy into. My hard-earned money into. That I was seeking validation from. Not again. I ain't looking for that no more from nobody except for God. I'm not looking for validation from nobody. If you like what I got going on, cool. If you don't, that's cool too. But I'm going to do me. I'm going to walk in the gifts that God has for me. What he told me to do is what I'm going to do. Purity. Consciousness. We got to be conscious, y'all. You got to make a choice. Everything is the choice. God gives you a free will on what you choosing to do and not to do. What are you choosing to spend your time on? Who are you choosing to be? We all got the same 24 hours in a day. We all got the same 24 hours in a day. What are you spending your time on? Who are you allowing in your energy? Are they adding to you? Are they taking away? That's a big question, y'all. A lot of reason why people don't get to a certain level. You wondering why you stagnant. You wondering why you not getting to the level where you know you should be at. It say in the Bible you will reap and you will sow. Is it that? I'm sorry, y'all. Reap and you will sow. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. Sow and you shall reap. All right, I'm probably butchering it, but y'all know what I mean. The seeds that you've been sowing is positive. It's good. You've been speaking life into everybody. You've been positive on everybody's side. You've been looking out for people. You've been blessing people. You've been paying your tithes. You've been being faithful to God. So why you ain't at the next level yet? Why are you not reaping the benefits of being a child of God like he said that you would in the Bible? Why are your prayers not effective? I can say one thing right now. When I pray, I get results. You're not praying to a imaginary genie. You're not praying to somebody just praying. This ain't something that you just throwing in the air and you just hoping, oh God, please let it happen. No. If it is in his will for you, it will happen. If he wants you to have what you're asking for, the riches, if you are prepared to go through what it takes to get the blessings that you are asking for, he will give it to you. He gonna put you through tests first, but you will get what you are asking for. And some things just come immediately. the other day I was trying to get an Uber somewhere. I really had to be there. I was like 5 minutes away from the time that I need to be at this place. And this might be small to y'all, but I said, God, if it's in your will, give me an Uber within this time and able to get to where I need to be on time. And guess what? It happened. Certain financial things that I asked God for, He made it happen. Some of us, we got to clear our circles. Clear out the negative presence. Clear out the negative vibes. Clear out the negative energies that is holding you back. And I'm going to tell you this. You don't know what somebody is doing behind your back. Truth. You don't know what somebody is doing, saying behind your back. Take all your relationships to God. Like I told y'all, I said that prayer. And a lot of people came up missing. And God showed me it was a lot of people I had to come up missing from. What are you prioritizing with your time? What are you prioritizing with your life? Consciousness. Who do you want to be? Start walking like that person today. How do you see yourself? What is coming in and out of your mouth? In and out of your mind, in and out of your ears, in and out of your eyes. All right, y'all. Happy 4th, man. I just wanted to come in and check in with everybody, man. I know I ain't been on here in a minute. I'm going to try to get a little more consistent. As you can hear everybody outside, they outside enjoying themselves. I hope y'all have a happy 4th. Man, just consciousness, y'all. Consciousness. We got to look at ourselves the way that God looks at us. We got to be the people that God wants us to be. We got to monitor every single thing, God, every single part of your life. Go over your life with a fine-tooth comb. It's going to be some tough decisions. It's going to be some lonely nights. That's where I'm in. I'm in an area where I'm just, isolation. But God put me here for a reason. He's going through my life with a fine-tooth comb with me. Those certain desires, those certain areas, like I was talking about the things that I was working on. Everything that I've been working on, He is guiding me and leading me to take these things out of my life. It's a journey, it's a process, but I know it's going to be rewarding at the end. So y'all have a good day, man. I'll catch up with y'all later. Be blessed.